Susie on Facebook says, how can people get away with all the lies? It appears there are two justice systems for those in power on the 7th floor of the FBI building. Andy?
Yes, there are two justice systems, or there were. They're not anymore. Bill Barr, who is one of the most, in my view, the best attorney general of the United States since Griffin Bell, who served as attorney general under Jimmy Carter when I was a U.S. attorney in Atlanta, has exposed the reality of what was going on in the FBI and in the Justice Department and is clearing out that swamp. So there are lies, and there are and have been two justice systems, the one for the powerful, the almighty, those who were in the deep state, but that's being exposed by Bill Barr and by John Durham, the specially appointed prosecutor, and we're going to get away from that, and we're going to cancel that out. That's going to take some time, and it's going to take an effort, and I hope it continues beyond January the 20th, Jay.
And this came in from Kathy, and she says, our founders were imperfect. There's no doubt about that. But so is the cancel culture. They should take a look at themselves to see their own imperfections. But let's talk about the founders were imperfect. They weren't perfect people, and the cancel culture is real.
Absolutely. The cancel culture is grounded in the notion that we can reach perfectionism on the basis of our own efforts. And so the individuals who are leading many of these cancel culture efforts, they're individuals who believe that they have a perfect perspective on, for instance, anti-discrimination, the anti-discrimination principle. What they don't seem to realize is that their approach would have a disproportionately adverse effect on the most disadvantaged members of our society. So, for instance, if you actually look at the Black Lives Matter website or the Antifa website, what do they want to do? Inherently, they want to destroy, for instance, the African-American family, which was the most stable family structure in U.S. history from 1890 to around 1950. And if you look at the level of economic progress enjoyed by African Americans in the United States, the level of progress was at a much faster rate from around 1940 to 1970 than afterwards. And why is that? In part because you had intact family structures. And so the Black Lives Matter movement, the whole cancel culture, typically backfires. And so if you look at Seattle, they set up an independent anarchist jurisdiction called Chaz. And then if you look at all of the shootings that took place in Chaz, 6 individuals were shot, 2 were killed. All of them were what? African Americans. So the whole entire cancel culture is grounded in the notion of perfectionism, but perfectionism that backfires on the intended group. And so I think it's a huge, huge mistake, and I hope the American people, from Michigan to Ohio to California to New York and Florida, they understand that the cancel culture is grounded in destroying America.
I agree with everything Harry just said.